The next command which we see is called file. File tells us what is the format of the file, type of the file actually. So let's say file underscore file.txt. It says it's a text file, has some ASCII letters. Text file, ASCII letters. Empty file. It generally doesn't need an extension. It works without an extension as well. It shows it's a JPEG file. Let's see what does it say for file data1. Though it's not stored as JPEG, it still gave us the format as JPEG. So file command gives us what kind of a file it is. If I say folder 2, it tells it's a directory. So that's the function of a file command. The next command which we are going to see is wc. What does this command give? In the file of your interest, it gives you the number of lines, the number of words and the number of characters. So what are the options it has? wc minus l give the number of lines which are present in this file. wc minus w gives the number of words which are present in this file, and wc minus c gives the character count, and this character count would also be the size of the file. So this is the usage of wc minus l. Now let's move to the next command. The next command is split. When you have a bigger file, you would like to split that into smaller chunks. So how do you do that? Split this particular file. You want to split it based on lines. I want to split file underscore 1.txt into multiple small files which has 100 lines each, and I would like to prefix all the split files as lines underscore. Now this particular file has been split. See here, lines underscore AA, lines underscore AB, lines underscore AB and AD. Now let's see how many lines are there in this particular files. So 100 lines, 100 lines, 100 lines, the last one is 61 lines. Now next we can split this based upon bytes. I want to divide it into bytes size of 10 KB each and rename these as bytes. Same way, let's see how many files have been generated, and we see that 2 files have been generated. Now we can divide these files into chunks. I want to say divide this file into 5 chunks and prefix all the files with the term chunks. So if I do ls, you can see chunks files which have been generated, and we will see what are the sizes of these files. In case if we don't provide the prefix, what happens? So let's put this command without the prefix. When I submit it without the prefix, it generates the files which start with XAA, XAB, XAC, XAD and XAE. This is the function of split, to split a bigger file into smaller chunks. The next command which we would be seeing is chmod. What does chmod do? Let's see the permissions of file underscore 1.txt. The user who has made it has read and write permissions. The user can give permissions to a group of people. They have read permissions only, and other users on the server who is not a creator or a member of a group have read permissions. So how do we change this? We can change this using chmod. Now, chmod for all users give write permissions. Plus means to give the write permissions for whichever file you want. So all the users got the write permissions. Next, for the others who are present, remove both read and write permissions. So for the others, the read and write permissions have been removed. Now, for the owner of the group who has made it, that's the user, should have executable permissions. Plus X. So the owner of the group has got executable permissions. Now, here we have seen the changes in a alphabetical format. Now, these changes can be applied in a numeric format. How do we do? chmod 777 file_1.txt. Now what happens? For the owner, for the group and all the others have read, write and executable permissions. The first 7 stands for the person who has made the file. The second person stands for the group for which the owner has given the permission, and the last 7 is for the others who are using the server but not a part of a team. Now, how do we get this 7? We have a value of 4 for read, value of 2 for write and value of 1 for execute. Now, let's change the permissions to 7. The owner will have read, write and executable permissions, and let's change the 6 for the group, means he has 4 plus 2 read and write permissions, and for the other members who are not the part of a team will have only read permissions. So let's see how the permissions have been changed. In case if we put chmod 760, the permissions would be changed like this: read, write and execute for the owner, read and write for the group, and 0 permissions means no read, write and executable permissions for those who are present on the server. That's how we can change the permissions of a file.